Marking Period 1, Extension Opportunity 3. For proof that I visited the site, pictures will show up in this movie. On the same trip mentioned in my second extension opportunity, I went to Camp Hero, a former Air Force station. It is located in Montauk State Park, just a couple miles from the lighthouse. Its origins date back to the American Revolution, where American troops kept a lookout for British warships and British troops invading the island. It was thought to be a vulnerable area because it was not densely populated, and from there you could get to New York City and also over to Connecticut if you went through the Long Island Sound. So um, they wanted to protect that. And there are a few main places you can go once you get into the camp. So the first is an outlook point that overlooks the Atlantic Ocean. The second is the large radar tower. And the third is the quote-unquote downtown area. There are also various walking trails and hiking trails started throughout the camp. It was pretty cool to go through the camp, and you can still see the bunkers, gun turrets, and radar tower, and the buildings that make up the town section. It was also a little weird because it looked as if there had been some kind of disaster and everyone suddenly packed up and left. All the buildings' windows are boarded up and some have been graffitied, but overall they're still standing and in the same way that they would have been years ago, back when the base was active. The first part to my extension opportunity best applies to College Board Period 7, which is 1890 to 1945. The first thematic learning objective I'm going to answer is America in the World 2.0 using the historical thinking skill of synthesis. In 1941, the bombing of Pearl Harbor prompted the entrance of the United States into World War II. Before this, we had been neutral. In 1942, President Roosevelt received multiple reports that Hitler intended to send U-boats over to the East Coast and attack the United States. This was the cause for the significant construction and bolstering of Camp Hero. Montauk was looked at as a vulnerable place just as it was in the American Revolution, because of its location, and because of the sparse population. Here, unused 16-inch naval guns were installed which could shoot up to 20 miles. Originally intended for use on battleships, they were perfect for the coastal defense needs of Camp Hero. To disguise Camp Hero from enemy planes, it was built to look like a typical New England fishing village. All of the buildings were made to look low-key. The gun bunkers were covered up with vines,